until we sit down and ask ourselves, how do we unbundle this entity, make the center less attractive? That's what we'll be discussing constitutional amendment. What we're basically doing now is we're window dressing the problems. Oh, let's create state police. Let's create more states. And the states that you already have are not viable. Right. And so you're going to create more. Nigeria belongs to nobody. Nobody owns Nigeria. So we see ourselves more. If I ask you now, then if you get to, you're looking for a job, the first thing is, what states are you from? What local governments? And then, even if you meet somebody ordinarily in the course of interaction, well, where are you from? What local government? What tribe? So we are more inclined to our, natural and cultural entity than the idea of a Nigeria. It's only when we go out of this country that we see ourselves as Nigerians. So why don't we tailor our constitution to give it that outlook, that will make it more competitive? For example, I have street lights on Awolowo Road, and I would be looking for the state government to fix them when there's a local government here. It's a responsibility. And so when you shift the responsibilities away from the government that is closest to the people, and yet we say all governance is local, what you're doing, you're making those people irresponsible. And so you reduce them to salary-paying agencies, and then you come tomorrow and say the problem is not the constitution, it is the people that operate the constitution. Yeah. The constitution you have given to them have breed laziness in government, have breed ineffectiveness, so it will make it, very difficult to operate. Everybody comes, take what you can take. Nigeria is operated like an entity that is about to collapse. So go there, grab what you can grab before it collapses. And for us to reclaim or recreate Nigeria, you see, some people will tell you the unity of Nigeria is indivisible. No, it's not negotiable. No. Do you know why they say that? When you have a glutton in the family, he insists that you eat together because he knows that he will eat more. So some persons believe you have derivation, you have revenue sharing. So how do we share revenue? Well, let's use population. Let's use land mass. So some people believe that they have more population. They have land mass. Just be procreating. Money will come. And then, where are the Almajiris that my age mates today? Those Almajiris of the 70s, early 70s, where are they today? No sellable skills, no education. And so they are pushed back into the society. The local government that is supposed to care for them, is salary-paying agents. So it is not just the people. Your constitution is defective. The earlier we sit down and say, if governance is local, why don't we create a government, an effective government that is local, that will take care of those local responsibilities? And not just window dressing. If you create state police, already we have state police. Last man is state police. Almost every state in the south is replicating state traffic management. How effective are they? Because the money to pay salaries is not there.
So if I even hear what you're even saying, you're speaking more to the fact that the constitution that we have existent, it's even hard to completely abide by what is in there. So my question to you now is, if that's the case, what are the odds that if there's a constitutional review, that would equally be followed? One of our biggest issues is abiding by the rule of law.
Do you know why it will be followed? I talked about our uniformity and similarity. For example, I don't share the same ideologies with certain persons in Nigeria. We don't share the same cultural ideology, political ideology, religious ideology. And yet, we are operating under the same revenue sharing, under the same laws. And if I'm not talking about just, what do you call it now, for lack of a better word, I'm not saying that Nigeria should be divided and everybody should go their own way. What I am saying is that this constitution, we should find a way of truly operating a federal structure where the local government and the states will be more effective, generate revenue, use those revenues to take care of their entity and environment, and then pay taxes to the center the way it was in the First Republic. University of Ife, Obafemi Awolowo University, was built from Cocoa Fund. But now that we have oil, We still cannot build a university as massive and as wide as that. The Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, the largest university south of the Sahara, was built from funds from pyramid of granites. And it was competitive because the entity was easier, smaller to manage. If you have a smaller, let's say, and in their wisdom, the founders of the First Republic, Alex Ekweme and co., when they came together and formed the G27, they sat down and said, how do we ensure that the country is easier to manage? They created 6 geopolitical zones. You have this northeast, you have north central, you have northwest, you have southeast, southwest, and south-south. So if you govern Nigeria along these geopolitical zones, instead of everybody going to Abuja every Monday to share revenue, to look for contract, you govern. So I wouldn't need to go to Abuja. I would face either the southwest headquarters or face the south-south headquarters, or face the southeast headquarters. So when we're talking about the election, nobody will want to kill to get to the center because it will be attractive. And so the average south-south person will be more interested in the development of the south-south because the funds will come from there, the funds will be generated from there, and the people that will manage the fund will be there, and not everybody going to Abuja. Do you know why we waste funds in Nigeria? Because you generate funds from one region, and then you take it to Abuja, you are sharing to another region. It gets there, the man who is there does not even know how that fund is generated.
All right. I mean, this is your conversation about this revenue sharing formula among states. It's not unique. It's not the first time we're hearing. I mean, we're hearing from a lawyer like you. We've heard from statesmen calling for this sort of, amendment in the Constitution. Now, why do you believe it's falling on deaf ears?
Because, like I said, when you have a glutton in the family, he will insist that you eat together. Remember, in the Goodluck Jonathan's constitutional amendment, constitutional conference, the issue that they all agreed on a lot of issues. The moment the issue of fiscal federalism, was tabled, then that was when you now saw some people talking about 13%, 70% and 30%. That divided, the entire house. And that was why they could not, in your intro, they could not achieve anything with that amendment because some people are rent takers. Every day they come to Abuja. So if you now say, look, this revenue can no longer be coming to Abuja, let everybody go to their region, generate the revenue, develop your region, then you have completely taken them out of business. All of these senators and House of Rep, big cars, you won't see it. Now we are creating, to tell you that we need regional government. Go back to the 1963 Constitution. We are creating regional development commissions. Where's the fund going to come from? The same budget that governors are complaining, the same federal government is creating regional development commissions. You create one, if you build a road, the federal government builds a road in the south-south, the northeast will also request for their road. The northwest will request for theirs. The southeast will request for theirs. So why do you need all of this replication when they can all, there'll be competition. So when they can all generate the revenue, and sunlight, the Chinese are selling sunlight, and we have it in abundance in the north. Because there is money coming from oil, nobody is thinking, nobody is bothered. Money will come. But
let me come in if you don't mind, because I'm slightly worried about the tone, the beat of the tone that you have used. And I'm saying that given what Oji asked about why the previous attempts have not worked. The initial question I was going to ask you was, why is the Constitution review advocacy appear to be a Southern Nigerian agenda and does not have so much excitement from the North? And the reason why that question is now very germane, will be because of the words that you have used. Gluten in the house, rent seekers and things like that. Those who assume that they have more land and they have more population. if that is the perception from the northern part of Nigeria, particularly the core north, don't you see that that's why it is unlikely that this project will fly? Because they can sense from the beginning that, oh, this thing is targeted at us.
No, that's why I'm saying that there is so much natural resources spread across the length and breadth of Nigeria, not just oil. People, while federal government is killing and killing people in South Sudan because of oil, some others are just taking our gold away in Zamfara, lead in Plateau, in Nasarawa, illegal miners. And then I talk about sunlight in the north. There is so much in Nigeria that if only we sit down to think and tell ourselves, you know what? There's no need just relying on resources from one end. Let us go back. Now, all of this fight over Peter Obi, Atiku, Tinubu will not be there. Because you won't want to carry the burden of Nigeria when you can carry the burden of your region, generate revenue, and, make it right. But the challenge is because some people have been so brainwashed to believe that, look, if this thing is targeted at us, not them, but not the people, but them, the rent collectors, who use the resources meant for an entire region to enrich themselves. I talked about Boko Haram, Al-Majiri's banditry. These same people are suffering the same poverty that the man in Lagos is suffering. The area boy in Lagos is suffering. He's suffering the same poverty that the Agbero in Onitsha is suffering. Poverty does not know tribe. But the people who ordinarily should rescue the everyday person is consistently brainwashing them. Let me also tell you, do you know why the campaign is loud here? Yes. As a young boy, I read both Bible knowledge and IROK. So I understand that Islam is not meant for what some people are using it for. But in some part of the north, they consistently brainwash them right from the beginning that, look, Islam is this, Islam is that. Meanwhile, those people that are telling you that religion should come first, they are not upholding those tenets that they preach because they use it to consistently oppress the people. So when money comes, they collect and tell you, God will give you.
Isn't that what all
so now you also see it in the South, custodians of religion. Do you know why religion today is so prevalent in our society? Because it has taken over the functions of government. If you travel out of this place, you go to other countries. I don't want to use developing. Your prayer point will change because the local governance in those places is effective and functional. But here, because the nature abhors vacuum. So in the absence of those things that government would give you, government at the local level should give you, you see somebody will come and tell you religion will give you, God will give you this. So instead of pushing and insisting that government should provide good road, you are looking for blood of Jesus to provide safety for you. Because our priorities are upside down.
Nigeria constitution need to be taken down and rewrite it again to serve this generation. The type of constitution that says if you encourage your brother that is doing good, you are going to jail. Such constitution need to be taken down. This guy you see here has been in prison for over how many months now? His crime is because he supported Ibrahim Cairo in what he's doing. But it's not a crime for Tinubu to travel from here to France to collide with the France president. It's not a crime for Tinubu to travel from here to go and take medication in France. But when you support your own brother, your own blood brother, it becomes a crime in the constitution of Nigeria. Such constitution need to be taken down and rewrite it to serve this generation. Because I don't think that Africans are the one that written that constitution. Maybe the white man write it for Africans. We ourselves, we have to travel from here to Ghana to go and support Ibrahim Traore, because had it been that we exercise that right in Nigeria here, by now we would have been in prison. So we have to travel from here to Ghana, where constitutional right of a citizen is protected. So there is a problem that nobody knows. Such constitution should not be in existence. That when you support your brother, you go to hell, you go to jail. Oh no. But it is not a crime for Tinubu to go to France and take medication. To go to France. Until politicians begin to keep us in one place, in one stone, and slaughter us one after another, we will never see it as a problem. Nigerian youth, we need to wake up. This Africa that is controlled by France is not our own Africa.
Hi, welcome back. I know many of you must have watched and listened to what all these guys who don't talk for it don't see you. Though it's belong the this constitutional amendment matter and many challenges that we are having in this country. It's belong that we normally be telling you guys here. Though many of you guys know the one listing because it never enter on our side. You see this constitution now amendment of the thing we be see them the carry and go up and down way some people no one take and serious. It's just that Nigeria never did do most of una. That is why I see many of ina we be see na see they support this constitution never come out to say the truth. Although the first man we first talk for here, this man we talk, e get some parts of his own talk wey be say him talk wey e sweet me, wey enter my belle well well, but e get some wey be say e no too give me joy for wetin he don talk. Although even the state police wey him go against, na him be the only one part wey be say okay e do wrong for here wey me I know. If not, the rest of the thing wey be say him don talk, if the things are to be done in that way in this country, people will enjoy this country called Nigeria, because you don't see we many of us don't they come and they talk say make them do this one, make them do that one, make if it benefit everyone, but nobody won't take am serious. Now so it just be. And for those of una wey be say okay now get anything we una want talk on this matter, we can drop una own thought for inside comment section. And also if na today be your first time, make you like, share, subscribe. Thank you.